Alright, the folks at CRKT sent me another knife and we're going to check it out today. It's more of a budget knife. It only costs about $20. And let's see exactly what this thing is. Okay, the name on it says it's a Ryan 7. Let's take a look at it. Alright, there's a first look at it. This is a overall length of this thing is right at 8 inches. You can see there 8 inches, and the blade length is, looks like the sharp surface or the sharp edge of the blade is 3 1/4, and the closed length of this thing is about 5 inches, I believe. Yeah, it's 5 inches closed. So this thing has a 3 1/4 inch Teflon coated partial hollow ground blade, which should be pretty sharp. Whenever I get a blade, I always run it through one of these little ceramic blade sharpeners just to take the burrs off, not really to sharpen it, just to feel it and see if there's any burrs on. This thing feels really sharp. So I'm going to do a cut test on it in just a minute. The weight of this little guy is 5.4 ounces, and the grips are made of Zytel nylon. That's a plastic, and it only has a one-way pocket clip, which I'm probably going to take off, and I'll just use this as a loose writing pocket carry. It's also got a lanyard hole, pretty good sized lanyard hole, and it's got instead of thumb studs, it has these things called, well, I guess they're like thumb lozenges. They're really big. I think that's one of the mistakes they made in this design. They're almost too big to get a hold of. They ride too close to the scales. But I did put some 3-in-1 oil on the pivot screw, so this thing comes out pretty easy. It's not a fast opener, but it's not bad. And you can see it's got some traction notches. You can see them there, traction notches there. You can see them on it's got a liner lock, traction notches on the liner lock. It's got traction notches on the back of the grip and on the liners. You can see them there. And it's got more traction notches on the thumb ramp of the blade. They're pretty nice, and the balance of this knife is really good. You can see it's not blade heavy or grip heavy. Good balance. And also another feature on this is a secondary lock. It's called a lock. It's right there. This little, that little thing right there. Push it forward and you can't unlock the blade, so it's in a fixed blade position there. So overall, for a $20 knife, it's a pretty good one. Let's check out the sharpness, the factory sharpness of this blade. Okay, so it's really sharp. It's not what I call razor sharp, but it's pretty sharp. Kind of ragged there. It's not bad sharp. It's pretty good. So let's do a comparison to one very familiar knife. Here's a Spyderco Tenacious. They are just about the same size. The Tenacious is a little shorter and a little lighter, but the Tenacious only costs $30, and this CRKT Ryan 7 only cost, I think it was less than 20 bucks. And it's got those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little fingers on the grip there. That's what I'm going to call this knife, the 5-finger knife. Okay, so that's kind of a first look at this Ryan 7 knife. It's a, like I said, it's a budget, pretty much a beater knife. So yeah, that's the pretty good one for 20 bucks. But I think I'm going to call it the Ryan 7. I'm going to call the Ryan 7 the CRKT 5-finger knife. I think that's a better name for it. And the movie back there is called 5 Fingers, starring James Mason. It was a 1952 spy movie. It's a pretty good movie. It's pretty slow moving, but not a bad movie overall. Knuckle bump.